Hey guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder with another World of Warcraft video. You heard that right. We are making a World of Warcraft video today, and I want to discuss about and talk about my story in WoW. I'm even wearing my wrinkled up Alliance t-shirt right here, and we're gonna go through a memory lane talking about how I got into WoW, how I love WoW to this day, and obviously a lot of my many misadventures on World of Warcraft. So take a seat back, get some popcorn, get some water, and we're going to go back into Azeroth. Like all great things, I started playing Warcraft 2, StarCraft, and one of my favorite games of all time is Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, and the Frozen Throne. So I got introduced to Warcraft pretty early. I think I was in 3rd or 2nd grade when it came out, and I just loved playing RTS games, real-time strategy games, and I just fell in love with the world. And I mean, who wouldn't? You saw a picture of an orc boy and a dude frozen guy with blonde hair, and it's like, dude, this guy's sick. So constantly, I grew up playing it. I went to my best friend's house at the time, played Warcraft every night. Playing Warcraft 3 was like a fun experience every time we came over. So we basically discovered Azeroth through Warcraft 3. I still have my Warcraft 3 battle chest to this day. It's right here. It's old. And, you know, CDs, everything, all that. Spent countless hours playing it. So, games we played in online lobbies when dial-up was a thing was Uther Party, Lord of the Rings Risk, Werewolf Transylvania, Footman Frenzy, Defense of the Ancients, aka Dota 1, Run Kitty Run, with the Linkin Park music playing out there, Battle for Helm's Deep, Risk, and tons of other games, you know. And as a kid who grew up with Lord of the Rings from that time, like, I loved fantasy. I loved elves. Always played Night Elf. Always played Alliance. I never played Horde. I don't know why I never played Horde in Warcraft 3. Or Undead even. I just played like the good races, so to speak, which is the elves and the humans and the Alliance. So obviously grew up pretty quickly as a Warcraft 3 fanboy for the Alliance. And, you know, Warcraft 3 and RTS games were my bread and butter. Like, to this day, I still play RTS games. I still play Dota 2. And I can't even imagine the countless hours growing up playing Warcraft 3. So, to understand World of Warcraft, you gotta know the history. You know, Warcraft 2 and 3, played all that. And, you know, maybe I'll make a video about Warcraft 3 another day. But right now, let's go look into the battle chest right now. So, this battle chest is, again, it's beautiful. So here's the battle chest, guys. This is an unboxing video. This is my OG battle chest. I've had this for over 20 years, and it's seen some wear and tear. So again, right here. Sorry, it's not zooming in right now. I don't know why, but basically, this is the PC specs. Windows 98. You need to have 128 megabytes of RAM, 8 megabytes of 3D card, Voodoo 3 Rage 280 equivalent or better with Direct 8.1 support, 1.3 gigabytes available hard drive space. And yeah, no, this is 2003 Blizzard Entertainment, all rights reserved. And here, I'll move these guys out of the way here. And yeah, you have your Arthas boy, you have your Orc boy Thrall. And, I mean, like, this is old school, man. The Ultimate Collection, the best-selling strategy game of all time. Warcraft 3, Warcraft 3 expansion set, Game of the Year, over 7 million sold, 5 out of 5 stars. And you need, you know, there you go, available to play, battle.net. So, and, you know, they don't make these as they used to. So, here we go right here. And, again, all the stuff here. Where are my games? What? Huh. That's not normal. Okay, well, I guess I'll just, you know, message Bethesda and tell them I'm missing my games. I even got the receipts, though. Isn't that crazy, dude? Look at that. I bought from, you know, Jesus, this is 2005 here, 2006, for the mouse I bought. And yeah, one item sold November 25th. I guess this is my own version. So again, this was, you know, I paid $43 for this guy. So, 43 bucks back in 2005. This is my own copy. So, my other copy was I play on my friend's computer, just to be clear. So, I had a friend he basically had Warcraft 3 and we played it together at his place, and I eventually got my own computer, and then we played it on I played it on my laptop at the time. So, and then of course you have your product catalog here. So, Jesus, World of Warcraft catalog, $49.99 for WoW. Oh, dude, StarCraft Ghosts. Coming soon for next generation consoles. That is so funny, dude. What a throwback. Warcraft Battle Chest, which is what this is. Reign of Chaos, Frozen Throne, Diablo Battle Chest, StarCraft Battle Chest, and Diablo 2 Battle Chest. And you know, look at the World of Warcraft figures. You have Shaman, Priest, Undead Warlock, Arthas, Shandis Feathermoon, and a Dreadlord boy, and yeah, all those other stuff here. And yeah, we'll go through my books in a second. So this is it, y'all. This is the catalog. You can buy this stuff right there and then. So all the gear, all the catalog stuff. So it's crazy to see all this stuff. And yeah, again, strategy books here for expansion set. You know, all the fun stuff. And they don't make games like this anymore. Okay, they don't make games like this anymore. So this is the battle chest. And again, I have this, but where is my CDs? I mean, I lived with some guys back in the day, and I did live with my family for a while, but why do I don't have my CDs though? That's kind of weird. Like, I know this is not it's supposed to be an unboxing video, but the CDs aren't there though. Huh. Alright, that's okay. So yeah, no, Warcraft 3 was how I got started in WoW. Because that's how, you know, you play Warcraft 3, you get into WoW. So obviously this box is my own box I bought in 2005. And of course I was playing it with my friends every day. So, and I didn't get my own internet until I was a kid. So you're probably wondering, like, what did I use for content? How did I play it? Well, you see here, guys, I had a laptop. So you're probably wondering, how did I play WoW? How did I play Warcraft 3? Well, I had this laptop here. It was a Dell Inspiring 9400. This was like my laptop I used growing up playing video games. And I remember the little touchpad on the little mouse and keyboard. So I had this growing up. And I did have a desktop as well. My dad had a desktop we used constantly playing video games. And again, we had new grounds, all the flash places, all the stuff you would go on. And the internet was small back then, okay? So I had this Dell laptop I used playing Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft. So, and I miss it. I don't know where it went, disappeared. It had a little jack where you put your Ethernet card or your internet card. Because at the time, Wi-Fi was like so limited and so bad, you literally had to stick a device that gave you internet. So we're now finally going to go into the lore section now. All right, we're in the basement of the house here right now, and this is the bookshelf of shame, so to speak. I'm just going to sneak in, sit right here. This is what we have here today. We have all these Warcraft books, Starcraft books on this side, Halo books up here, Gears of War books, and a bunch of other stuff in the bottom here. But as you can tell, I have like everything here. So I'm a huge Warcraft lore fan, and I just remember growing up reading these books in like 4th and 5th grade at school. I mean, I was surprised that you could go in and you can buy a book at that little, what was it? It's like the Scholastic Book Fair. I bought like my first Warcraft book there, and I started reading it. I remember it was Day of the Dragon, okay? Day of the Dragon right here, Warcraft 3. And I was reading it in 4th and 5th grade, hanging out with all my friends, reading Day of the Dragon. And then I fell in love with the world, and I started like, hey, this Warcraft place seems pretty cool. So I started buying a bunch of these guys. And a lot of these books are from Borders, okay? Borders was a bookstore. Went there every week. As a kid with my parents, my mom would drive me there, and we would just buy out all the Warcraft books. So then you have, Lord of Clans here. You got The Last Guardian, Dark Portal with Medivh. And then just so on. I mean, Beyond the Dark Portal, Cycle of Hatred. You have Rise of the Horde, The Sundering, like all like the War of Ancient books. I mean, I read everything. So War of the Ancients. In the back here are some hardcover books here as well. So
A lot of my hardcover books: Illidan, Arthas, Stormrage, Wolfheart, The Shattering, Gino, Proudmoore, Tides of War, Thrall, War Crimes. A lot of Christine Golden. I think Christine Golden was my favorite author because she always introduced more death characters, and Knack is great as well with all of his dragon series, and who doesn't love dragons? So, but of course, my special shout out is to the Warcraft manga. So we have Ghostlands, Dragon Hunt, and these are the Sunwheel trilogy, and it's so good. People don't appreciate good manga and good art here, but I did. The Dark, the Death Knight book or manga as well is pretty good, and yeah, no, I have all these books here: Sylvanas, Before the Storm, and of course my personal favorites are over here as well. So a lot of my stuff, the art books as well. I love the art books. These are from the collector boxes. You have Miss Pandaria. You got Legion. Just a bunch of stuff lying around here. Of course, the Warcraft Chronicles series. So there's Vol'jin, Volume 4, I believe. Let's see here. I can find probably more stuff if I keep digging, but oh yeah, the World of Warcraft Atlas book. What a throwback! I remember just like going through this book here, going through all the pages, and just memorizing parts of the world where the Flight Master or the all the characters. Because back in the day, you didn't have multiple monitors. I feel like people grew up with like 3 monitors. Back in the day, I only had one, okay? And you couldn't just alt-tab and look at things. I was a kid. I was like glued to the one screen playing WoW, so I had this guy next to me going through finding all the things, finding out where things were, or you just message people. You message people online, they would tell you where to go on the map. You hit M, you find the map, and you just go look at things. Or, in my case, get the book, get the atlas, go look around from there. So that's another throwback book right there I got. I then have Volume 2, Volume 3, and again, these are all like the Chronicle Warcraft books here. So that's really it for all the Warcraft book collection here. Obviously, it's a lot, and like I said, maybe I'll make some more videos about StarCraft and Gears of War and Halo, but this is just the World of Warcraft would be mostly book series. Jesus, this is not stable at all. Anyway, I am gonna try. This is not gonna work. The mic is too. Whew. All right, we'll see how this works. Okay, we'll edit in post production. Dude, this is so scuffed. This is what happens when you have a team, dedicated team here. This is the thumbnail. I just finished the thumbnail, and here's all my Warcraft stuff. So, I think this is a good way to describe my obsession with World of Warcraft, with my World of Warcraft box collectors. Yeah, no, they don't make games like they used to. Am I right, guys? These are all the collector boxes here for WoW, and as you can tell, I bought most of them. I got, obviously my OG right here. Jesus, this is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm entertained. And look at that, over 5 million online. And I bought this in 2005, and it's so cool because the box opens up and you can see Azeroth right here. So they don't make game like they used to anymore. So there's this guy right here, and I just love WoW. I love World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? It's a great time, and got all my CDs right here. So here's all my CDs. So back in the day, you had to put 5 fucking discs to install WoW. So 5 discs right here. You gotta plug it in, and it should be good to go. And the box says free 10-day guest pass. So if you want level to level 10, you can use the guest pass. And they don't make games like they used to anymore. So this is the vanilla WoW box right here. So I got that guy right here, vanilla WoW box. And I'm gonna put this right here, just to make a pile going. Is it gonna stand? Probably not. This thing is like busted to shit, dude. Okay, I'm gonna lean it. No, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna do like this. Fudge! It's falling. How about like this? Okay, it's gonna be like that. I'm sorry. Burning Crusade. We have Burning Crusade right here. And again, back in the day, these things could open. And there you go. There's the Dark Portal. You open the Dark Portal, and there it is. A new world awaits in Outland. So you can go to Outland. And again, I was at the midnight releases every time when these games came out. So you have all the, all the discs here still in my boxes here. So they went down from from 5 to 4 disc. So that's fun. And of course, we got introduced with the Draenei and the Blood Elves. And my biggest memory is being salty as hell because I thought the Blood Elves should be an alliance race rather than a horde race, because you played as the Blood Elves in Warcraft 3, but obviously they did kind of got abandoned by the alliance because of Garithos, this racist human guy. So I kind of get it, but at the time everyone wanted to be elves, and it was kind of silly being elves were going to be for the horde, because trolls and elves don't get along as well. So this is the expansion set, and maybe this will stand. It will not stand. Okay, we're just gonna lean it right there. Next one, Wrath of the Lich King. I'm not gonna say this is my favorite expansion, but it's pretty close to my favorite expansion. And again, they classic. You have your Lich King, Arthas boy, and then only one of the panel opens up. So only one of the panel opens up, unfortunately. But that's okay. We still love the Lich King. So Lich King, Northrend, and I remember Death Knights coming out, and I was like amazing. It was like, oh fuck, dude, all these Death Knights coming out. And again, the CDs. So this is where things kind of change a little bit. You only get one CD this time, so things were starting to get pretty cool. And again, all the materials here. Blizzard makes games like this back in the day. They don't make games like they used to anymore. But love it. I remember waiting in line November or something, high school, and when this came out, I was like, fuck, dude, lock me into Azeroth. All right, these are the collector boxes here, and I'm not going to go through each one because that's going to be a long time. So after Wrath of the Lich King was Cataclysm. So I started buying these guys here. Here's my Cataclysm box here. So Cataclysm was a sick time, and you know what? I am going to open these boxes because why not? Because I started buying these collector boxes. You get the soundtrack. You get a DVD disc. You get some. Why is my DVD? Yeah, game DVD is right here for some reason. I don't know why it's here. So the game DVD is here. It told us about the catalog, which is the trading card game. I don't know why I have this in here. The book's downstairs somewhere, but yeah, DVD, Cataclysm, and all the bonus stuff. Wait, I put everything in here? Why did I do that? And then, of course, you get these little cool guys. These were like the guest passes or whatever. And I think no one ever asked me for them because no one else besides me played WoW in high school, which I think was kind of funny because now everyone's like, I played WoW all the time. But yeah, you have the expansion set. It felt good to buy this. This was like under $100 too, by the way. I'm pretty sure. So maybe I can find some goodies in here. Jesus, I think the book is downstairs still. So this was Cataclysm, the beginning and the end of Azeroth as we know it, because the world was changing. So putting this away right here. So there's our Cataclysm box. After Cataclysm was Mists of Pandaria. So Mists of Pandaria was this guy. I even still have like the little pieces of paper on the back because you're supposed to take it off and you open it, but I didn't because I'm a hoarder. And again, oh wait, there's one of the what was it? The phone case mats or whatever. So smells new still. Jesus. And expansion pack. I have my receipts still. What the hell, Kenny? You're so fucking weird, bro. The receipts still here. Let me show you the receipts. So the receipt here, this was back in the day. This is group group 3 2012. Wow. And yeah, you go in and dude, it's so well. Literally, it's gone. It's all gone now. Look at that. You can't even see what they wrote there. But all I know is that I was Group 3 2012 MS, and everything else is gone now because it's so old. So that's so funny. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, this video is gonna be so long. Should I just put these back in? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. And these mats are like huge back in the day. They were like massive. It was like, oh man, you got one of these amazing mats here. So I usually took them out because I used them. I guess I didn't care about Pandaria. I was like, nah, sorry, Chen, Storm Stout. See, like, I took all the other ones out though. So Warcraft Legion, got Legion right here with Illidan and Gul'dan. You got Warlords of Draenor over here, and this is like pretty scuffed because I used it all the time. And then of course Cataclysm with Deathwing. So these guys were very much well used and very well established. What was after Cataclysm? Was it Warlords of Draenor? No, I think it was Legion, right? Dude, my brain. This is what happens when your brain's cooked from playing so much WoW. You don't even remember where things were. So I'm pretty sure it was Legion. Legion came out, what, 2015, I think? 14? I don't even remember. What the fuck am I doing, dude? I put my Civ, what was it, 5 in here. Why did I do that in my Legion box? Oh, I guess I found my old Civ game right here, Here's my Civ for some reason. StarCraft 2 is in here for some reason. I don't know why StarCraft 2 is in here. Legacy of the Void. And got my soundtrack here. What CD is this here? It's my fucking installation CD for my computer when I built back then. What is going on, dude? This is so scuffed. Oh, a business card from Ma Yuan as well. Legion. This is no longer a Warcraft video. This is just like Kenny's finding his old stuff videos here. So, World of Warcraft Legion. There's Illidan. And I still have all the things wrapped up back in the day because, And then you have your guest passes here as well. Guest pass, free Hearthstone cards, Blizzard gear as well. 25% off Blizzard gear. Yo, it's probably like expired though. Who knows? Maybe I'll check it out. Why is Civ in here? That's so great. Anyway, playing Civ, playing WoW. This was my college days at this point. So I was still gaming, still playing StarCraft here, obviously. I don't know why I still have all this stuff in here, but Legion, love Legion. Love Illidan, love my Garrison, missed my Garrison, love the transmogs in that game. And then I think the next one was Warlords of Draenor, I want to say, because Battle of Azeroth was after that. So Warlords of Draenor, and this is hefty. So again, got my back of my paper still here, and I'm gonna sit down because it's starting to get wild. Hey, I didn't take the book out. That's kind of weird. I usually always take the book out. So there's the Blizzard book right here. The Blizzard book for Warlords of Draenor. Still have it. I'm actually going to put it in my other collection with the other books. And I got the receipt still. Okay, we're going to go with the receipt as well. But all the stuff here, all the WoW. I just love WoW. And then of course, they don't make games like they used to, but this is the CDs you get as well. So World of Draenor behind the scenes, the game itself. The game itself comes with I think like 4 discs. Yeah, okay, so there's 4 discs here, and it was a good time, man. And then, of course, all the goodies here as well. Gear off, Hearthstone cards. Like, they try to give you a decent amount of stuff for the collector editions. And this one, again, you can't even see the print because it's been that long. This was, what was it, 2014. So 2014. Am I doing the dates wrong for the expansions? Fuck, I don't even remember, dude. It's been that long. Brain's cooked. This was like $80. So $97 total with tax. Bought GameStop. Midnight release. Went there at 19:43 p.m. So that's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock, I guess. Went there at 10 o'clock. Midnight release. Bought it. Went home. Started gaming back in Azeroth because that's how we did it back in the day. We had to go to the store. Walk to the store here because, you're walking with a bucket of water, and then you have to get it. So, last one. The last collector's box I bought was Battle for Azeroth. At this time, I was about to graduate from college. So, here is this guy here. Battle from Azeroth here. And again, do I put more random stuff in here? I did not. So, I took everything out. I think I have the Alliance little thing in my room somewhere. But yeah, Overwatch was coming out. I had a little WoW envelope here with I don't even know what was in here at one point, but yeah, the little stone thing is gone. and I kept this because it was cool. And then yeah, the little metal thing is in my room to this day because I love it. I think this was the stand as well. So yeah, this was the unboxing of finding all my stuff, and I have all the StarCraft stuff as well. I bought all those StarCraft collector editions besides the first one, Wings of Liberty, because no one could get their hands on it. But yeah, we're gonna go to the next portion of the video, which is the actual WoW itself, the WoW story. So this was the unboxing video portion. So yeah.
Okay, we're back here, guys, and I apologize about the going to nostalgia lane, the memories, so to speak. So next we're going to be talking about my actual WoW journey. So you saw my boxes, you saw all my expansions, and I just have nothing to say but joy and love of the game. And I played a lot of characters, and for now we're going to be just talking about two of my main characters. So I played on the server Earthen Ring US. The reason why I played on Earthen Ring was my best friend at the time. He had his characters there. So I remember my first character was a level like 15, 20 dwarf hunter. And when I eventually stopped playing on his account, I got my own WoW account and I started playing my own WoW like experience. So I maybe it was a paladin. I don't even remember. It was like a dwarf because at the time I was obsessed with dwarves because Battle for Middle Earth 2 just came out, and I'm like, dude, I want to be a dwarf. I just want to be a dwarf right now. So I just, dwarves are fucking cool, okay? So I don't remember his name. I think his name was Granis, but he was like level 20 to 30, and I think, I just started playing him constantly. So I eventually got to my own WoW account, and I convinced my dad to give me his credit card to pay the subscription, and eventually, the rest is history. So I was addicted. I was hooked. 5th, 6th grade, just like playing WoW every day. And again, I was playing with that shitty laptop, but you know what? It got the job done. So for much of 2006, I was playing catch up. I was leveling my warrior. My warrior's name was like Kenny. I don't know why his name was Kenny, but I just put my nails on. You know what? I'm Kenny. I'm Kenny. And I played on Earthen Ring. So I played on Earthen Ring. I didn't roleplay at the time. I was just leveling up, trying to catch up. And he was a human warrior because how basic can you be? I'm a human warrior. My name is Kenny. I'm walking around, and I didn't actually like get through all vanilla. I didn't raid vanilla, unfortunately, because I think being a 5th, 6th grader playing WoW for the first time, you get a chance to raid. But I remember I was a sergeant of the Alliance because you get PvP, you get your OG PvP titles, and this was before the Dark Portal opening. So after the Dark Portal opened, I discovered role-playing in in WoW, and starting in 2007, I basically was a 7th grader, and I began to role-play every day. So I began to role-play with all the big kids on the block, and every night and every weekend, because that's how it was. I would be online, WoW, prowling Azeroth, and I think my character was the most edgiest character imaginable. I was like a 7th grader at middle school. I'm like, yo, Death Note, anime, Full Metal Alchemist. You know what? I want to roleplay as a Death Knight because that's like the coolest fucking thing is roleplaying as a Death Knight of the Scourge. And basically, I got pictures, and I'm gonna show you right now. So a lot of these pictures are cringe, and I apologize, but this was my character. He was a Death Knight by the name of Kenny Kalas. Kenny Kalas was a Death Knight, and I basically roleplayed. This is like his picture after later on, but I got some pretty shitty gear, all dark armor, and I was like roleplaying as a fallen soldier of the Stormwind army that was possessed by a rune blade. The rune blade was possessing him. It was by a spirit by the name of Granis Darkhammer. And it was, I think the name I did that was because it was like a random Warcraft 3 paladin. I'm like, dude, this guy became an evil Death Knight. He possessed my character, and then I became a Death Knight control. I was like a Death Knight running around the park, and everyone hated me. It was kind of funny. So maybe we'll do another story about that. But basically, he was a nuisance. I was a nuisance to the community. I ran around fighting Stormwind Guard, a role-playing guild. And you're constantly doing role-playing fights, RP fights they're called. You slash emo, pull out rune blade, slash emo attack, and it's like, you know, playing Dungeons and Dragons, and you were constantly fighting people, and I don't know why, but we were just always at the Stormwind Park. So just imagine being a middle schooler, big dark pauldrons, the most edgiest character you can imagine, and thinking it was cool to just walk around, being a badass, and just being like just a clown. So I eventually made my own guild, you know, because you know that's what you do when you're a middle schooler, and the guild was called the Hand of Arthas. Okay, so I made a guild called the Hand of Arthas, and it was basically an evil role-playing guild. And to this day, the community, the Earthen Ring community, they still have a Wikipedia page, okay? And so the Wikipedia page still exists to this day. And so there it is right there. It was called the Hand of Arthas. It's a heavy role-playing guild on Earthen Ring. The Hand of Arthas is a cult founded by Kenny K. Kalas, along with support from Nedius, Exorn, and Saphirna Alias. The cult's goal is to destroy Stormwind from the inside out, and eventually being rewarded by the Lich King himself in Northrend. The Hand of Arthas operates within Stormwind through the political intrigue and brute force. The guild roster is being kept secret from many within the guild and all without. The Hand is currently disbanded and inactive due to pressure by the populace and law. And I don't know why, someone fucking changed my name, I guess. Kenny KK Kalas is the current leader of the Hand of Arthas. He commands the cult with an iron fist and an unending will that brings the walls of Stormwind falling to the ground. And again, I made this as a middle schooler, dude. I can't imagine how edgy I was. Like, holy fuck, dude. Needless to say, being an edgy teenager, you got a lot of fun time, but during this time, Burning Crusade was out. I ended up doing a lot of role-playing and raiding guilds, actually. So I joined a raiding guild called Midnight Train. I was part of a guild called Pirates of the Booty Bay. Pirates of Booty Bay. And we did a lot of raiding as well. And I was constantly, and I say constantly, fucking getting chewed out by people on Vent. So Vent was short for Ventrello. Ventrello was everyone, it was like before Discord, before Mumble. We were just using Ventrello and TeamSpeak. And whoever decided to let an 11-year-old kid be your off-tank in Karazhan, Gruul's Lair, Tempest Keep, Black Temple, I applaud your patience. Eventually I started a second character because my first character was this edgy guy and he was more in the raiding. I was like doing like two different characters. I was like, Kenny is going to be raiding and I'm going to have a second character because I needed a second character at the time because long story short, I was in the big drama at the time. My character, Kenny, was eventually arrested. He was arrested at the Pig and Whistle, another RP tavern, and for crimes against humanity, he had to shave his head because, again, offense was the fact that I was possessed by a spirit. The spirit was evil, so he had to shave his head in shame, and a lot of people were not fucking happy about that. A lot of people were so pissed because usually you would want the character to be killed off. But I was like, no, I don't want my character to die. He was possessed. Please don't kill him. So my next character I made was going to be like a paragon of justice, of law and order. He would be a discount version of Gandalf because, you know what? Wizards are cool. And so my character's name is Kelsis, and that was when Kelsis Hadson was born. He was a human mage because I'm basic as fuck. And Kelsis would be a member of the Crimson Hounds Brigade, which is one of the biggest role-playing guilds of all time on Earthen Ring. And he would be part of that lawful RP guild. Basically, imagine the knights and the good guys coming in, saving the day. The Crimson Hounds was there to save the day. He was also in a lot of other guilds, but, I'm going to show off my character right now. This is Kelsis. Kelsis fucking Hadson was my man, okay? He was, again, the coolest mofo in the history of the land. This is him, Kelsis Hadson, again on earthenring.fandom/Kelsis Hadson. And again, I wrote all this because, when you're a kid, he is a good guy. So, physical description, the man that stands before you is quite short. He always has his hat on, covering his eyes, because that was the thing. I always wear a hat. He's always wearing a robe and such. He's very quiet with his emotionless expression and a very calm voice. He seemed to be in his early 40s from his face and body appearance. Other times he wears the Stormwind Archmage robes and the unique Conjurer's Grandmaster set, which is quite similar to the Scarlet clothing. In recent times, his age has caught up and he can no longer sustain the same level of evil and thus must hide him away, treating the souls of children and puppy dogs to keep him. This is not. What the fuck is this? Someone griefed my account! Personality, treacherous and power hungry. Bro, wait, this is kind of funny. Wow, someone actually went to my old account and changed stuff. That's actually kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. That's treacherous and power hungry. Bro, that's definitely him. Paragon of Justice, treacherous and power hungry. So yeah, Kelsus Hatsune was born many years before the First War. He had grown in a time of peace. As a young man, he had curiosity of magic. He began studying and training as a wizard of Frost in Dalaran when he was in his 20s. When the Horde attacked Lordaeron, Kelsus was a near master mage. He went to assist in the Alliance of Lordaeron. After the war, Kelsus returned to Dalaran, but instead began a political career. In this time, he joined the Kurrentor, an elite sect of Dalaran's people. For several years, Kelsus was a Kurrentor agent, in politics and fighting demons. By the beginning of the Third War, Kelsus was once again joining his comrades to defend Dalaran, but this time, the great city had fallen. Kelsus fled to Silver Pine and went into hiding for several months. After the Third War, Kelsus had to return to Dalaran to help rebuild the magical kingdom. He was then asked to become an emissary and was sent to Stormwind. There he spent time training and rebuilding the Conjurers of Stormwind. He also befriended with many people and groups. Dude, I wrote this when I was in middle school. Don't blame me. After a few years, Kelsus joined the Stormwind Guard, led by Dugald as a public relations officer. There he served for several months until he was called by the Kurrentor for the Nexus War. After several weeks in Northrend, Kelsus returned to Stormwind, finding the Conjure Square had fallen into chaos and had to collapse. So Kelsus began once again rebuilding it. I'm gonna make a video about the Conjurer's Court actually. That was like the best role-playing guild. It was my guild. And it actually exists to this day, mind you. So, over the next few weeks, Kelsus successfully rebuilt the court and founded a magical academy program. After that, he expanded the court and became allies of the guard. He has met many former Kurrentor members whom assisted Kelsus in rebuilding the court. Recently, he has gone through exclusive operations to create himself to look and even be younger for duties of the court and enforcing magics. And again, OCC stats, Kelsus, faction alliance, race human, gender mage, class mage, guild the Conjurer's Court, profession salary enchanting, instant info, nicknames old man, title Grandmaster of the Conjurer's Court, age unknown, unknown, height 5'10", hair graying brown, eyes dark blue, skin light, alignment lawful good. So that was my character. And I want to say, like, he was a great dude. We did a lot of stuff in WoW. We did, one of my favorite moments was being part of the Guard, aka this group of folks here. This was the Stormwind Guard, 2007 or 8, and as you can tell here, everyone is hanging out. There's Enthor, there's some other dudes around here. There's Dugald, he was like the captain of the Guard. You had like 30 Guards members. There's Kelsus right there, always wearing the hat. And he was, again, the public relations officer of the Crimson Hounds Brigade / Stormwind Guard. So I was an officer in this guild, role-playing this guild. This is like before like the Scourge invasion, so we're all hanging out, getting ready for operations and doing some cool stuff. Again, let's see some other stuff here. So, my other character would also join as well, and this time he would be an alias. His name was Bill Johnson. So Kenny K joined them and became Bill Johnson, a Stormwind soldier. And this is the other post as well. So this is the Crimson Hounds Brigade as well, and they have their own page. Basically, we love playing cops. I don't know why, dude. That was like the whole thing. We love being soldiers. The Crimson Hounds Brigade is now the Stormwind Guard. Please look for the guild under its current name. Dugald. Website, transition, Dugald, open for warriors, limited for space for other classes, I don't know why. RP, newbie, friendly experience. RP experience preferred, 3 boot camp sessions to help recruits learn, test the waters. The Crimson Hounds Brigade is a unit of the King's Army. Stormwind Hounds come from all walks of life and form as bonds as soldiers and guards of Stormwind. Our duties are to defend the kingdom against threats without and within and enforce the king's laws. Must be able to participate in operations in Hellfire Peninsula Unleashed. Instance runs on occasion through dungeons level 40 or below. High instance runs are usually done with help from other guilds. PvP is encouraged. We are soldiers after all, but not a requirement. New recruits must be able to handle and tolerate icy opposition that they will get for being merely a hound, or Caillou's rudeness for some new recruits. And again, latest news, Operation Demon A-Go-Go. On October 16th, 2007, the brigade was ordered to test the rear lines of the Burning Legion at the Dark Portal. Of particular interest was to get a sense of strength and abilities of the elite demonic troops guarding directly behind the pit of commander at the portal. Continue reading the Crimson Hound reports, and there's my character right there. There's Kenny K. He's with a giant Grand Marshal sword. That's him right there for kicking ass. So Bill Johnson, dude, kicking ass and taking names in 2007, baby. And then more. I mean, this is crazy. I can't believe all this stuff still exists to this day. So the fact that I'm just going back in time, looking at this stuff, like this is our WoW journey, y'all. So there again, I think Kenny K is in the back over there on a griffin. We're going around, roaming around the area. And then the guild was reactivated in 2007. Reincorporation of several veteran members. The brigade's mission is changed from law enforcement and garrison duty to frontline military action. So there again, there's your homeboy. There I am. There's Kenny K wearing his outfit, being a Stormwind Guardsman. So this was, you know, one of the guilds I was part of. Privates, or I think his rank was like, I think it was like a sergeant. So ranks: private, private first class, corporal, lance corporal, sergeant, staff sergeant, master sergeant, sergeant major, lieutenant, and captain. And yeah, this is the Crimson Hounds Brigade. We were all, a lot of us were part of this guild back in the day, and we did a lot of cool stuff. So, and again, the Earthen Ring Wiki, dude, it's still around, dude. I think that's fucking wild. This is still around. Last update was 2008. 2008 update. Bro. My brain, dude. My brain cannot capture and to gather the fact that this guild and everything existed that long ago. Jesus. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of my characters and tunes were running around. Many people chased me off for a few months, and around the time, people would eventually see that I was trying to be learning and being a better role player. So, gradually, Kelsis went from a lowly guardsman to a lieutenant, and then I decided in 2008 that I want to be a guild master. So, I wanted to do something about that, and I made my own guild. So, after 2008, I think it was 2009, and, you know, not many 8th graders were like, you know what? I'm going to make a role-playing guild. But I was ambitious, dude. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start my own role-playing guild, and I did. And I formed a guild based on magic, as you can tell, because, you know, Kelsis is a magician. He's a wizard. And with some helps with other people, I made it. It was called the Conjurer's Court. So, the Conjurer's Court, I think we should make a video about itself, because I think that, God, that guild exists to this day. And I'm going to do, like, you know, the clip notes of it, but you can see it right there. The Conjurer's Court, Earthen Ring Wiki, role-playing guild. It was size medium, size 100 members. Contact Kelsis, any conjurer online. There's a guild website. Doesn't work probably anymore. Yep, doesn't work anymore. And yeah, the Conjurer's Court is a heavy role-playing guild. The guild store backs ties to Dalaran. We accept all races, classes, and levels. We are beginner roleplay, but with some requirements. Our standards are very basic and simple. We've been growing, and we were formed in early summer 2009. Requirements: standard grammar skills, basic knowledge of roleplay, knowing what IC and OOC is. IC is in character, OOC is out of character. Tolerance of all players in the guild, no bashing people in chat, etc. Acceptable behavior, no griefing other people's RP, be respectful. Planning on joining the Conjurer's Court? Well, let's begin the procedures to it. All you need to do is to whisper an officer at the Conjurer's Court through a whisper, stating you desire to join us. That officer will set up an in-character interview for you, and you'll meet with that officer. So yeah, I made a guild. It was pretty sick. So, my guild was a magical guild. We liked everyone. We included everyone. We had our ranks was Grandmaster, which is me, High Council, they're leaders of the court, 5 at minimum, 10 at max, lieutenants, master conjurers, veteran members, conjurer, conjurer agent, conjurer novice. Current High Council, dude, this is crazy. This is like, oh, this is like 2009, bro. Ambassador of the court is Radagast, Director of Special Operations, also known as Research Development, Director Gerard, Head of Investigations, Brother Caloran, Head of Medical Department, Dr. Nereus, Master of Internal Affairs, Master Ritherin, Head of the Magical Academy, Master Ralone, and we have some other stuff, like holy moly, there's a lot of stuff here. So, one thing I should mention, and I forgot to mention this, I don't know why, but I was obsessed with the Scarlet Crusade. So a lot of the people in my guild were like constantly former Scarlet Crusade members. And obviously the colors of the Conjurer's Court was like red and gold, because I think at the time that was kind of cheeky, like, oh, we're definitely like members of the Scarlet Brigade or something like that. So the Scarlet Battalion was another guild I was part of. It was pretty cool, and I don't know why, I should have mentioned this earlier before, but the Scarlet Battalion was the other role-playing guild I was a part of, and it was a good time. You know, like, the Scarlet Battalion was, like, sick. So, I think let me find it. Is it around here? It is. So before, you know, all the stuff here, again, going back, I was part of Scarlet Battalion as well. And Dormant, members are identified by the Tower of the Scarlet Crusade, and you can get that as a drop. And Imbora was my man, and then Ethan Woodward, and yeah, I was like I think I was like a lieutenant commander. I don't know what rank I was, but I definitely was around and joined this guild for a while. So, gotta give a shout to the Scarlet Battalion, because that's how I got involved and invested with, you know, the whole WoW life here. So, what other stuff? There's so much. There's so much stuff happening. I think after I made the Conjurer's Court, you know, like, my officers, dude. Gotta give a shout to my officers. We did so much shit with the guild. Like, holy moly. I have, like, hard drives full of, like, screenshots and stuff. So, I spent a lot of my time role-playing. Like, every day I would role-play. Every night. And I actually have this tavern picture, and I'm surprised I have it to this day. It was the Blue Recluse. Blue Recluse was like a tavern on the Mage Quarter, and naturally I just said, this is my turf. So I remember I just roleplayed the Blue Recluse, because when the park exploded after Cataclysm, everyone roleplayed either the Pig and Whistle or the Blue Recluse, and everyone just came to the Blue Recluse all the time. So we basically established like this area as our own. It was owned by the Conjurer's Court. You know, you had this like badass magistrate, archmage, wizard, and he was a bartender. And I just always bartended all the time, pretending I'm a bartender. Made magic drinks. I had emotes and stuff like that. I roleplay a lot in the Scarlet or Cathedral is here when I was a Crusader Inquisitor for the Scarlet Battalion, Scarlet Crusade. A lot of folks thought it was kind of weird that we had like a dungeon area. Of course, the Pig and Whistle. Everyone went there as well. The Pig and Whistle, classic space as well. Everyone roleplayed there. We had story nights, Sullivan's story nights happened every Monday, and we always gather around at Red Ridge near like the campground, and we just hanged out there. And it was crazy, man. I have all these screenshots. I have all these pictures of stuff. Eventually, someone got pictures of me. Look at that. There's Kelsis. There's our boy wearing his hat and signature Stormwind tabard. And then I had friends who made a lot of stuff for me. So friends who made again, this is Elvora. Elvora made it. This is, I commission with gold. I literally gave in-game gold for someone to make commissions of me, and I still can't believe to this day there's commissions of Kelsis here lying around. So there's Kelsis in his JPEG. Elvora, there you go. Thank you. He's wearing his current tour outfit. He's wearing his Archmage tier. It was like what, tier 4 gear as well. So tier 4 or whatever, Nexus gear. And he's a badass, wearing all of his stuff because he's a wizard. And then Again, we had like our Conjurer's Court banner. So this was our banner. Was red. You know, it was magic, dude, magic. And this is a character I had as well. Like, this is what they would look like wearing their outfits. I think this is my Kelsis' son, one of my alts. Greg Thor, I think is his name. And yeah, those are things that we were trying to get people to join the guild, role playing with us. I made this in 2000, like 7, 8. Kelsis the Wizard, how Gilda sees me, which is Dumbledore. How role players see me, because I'm a robot mage. How non-role players see me, trollolololo. How my friends see me, because I'm Gandalf. How I see myself, because I'm a badass. And then how I really am. I'm just like a fucking anime mage, apparently. So, anime mage, Kelsis Hadson. Cool guy. And then, here's our little hierarchy chart later on. So, the guild went to so many rebrands, okay? So, this guild became the Alliance Protectorate. We were the Alliance Protectorate at one point. We rebranded at the Alliance Protectorate. And again, maybe this will be a I should make a video about the greatest role-playing guild of all time. We became the Alliance Protectorate. Then we became the Royal Lions Brigade. So we became the Royal Lions Brigade later on. And then we had a new hierarchy, a new chain of command. So Commander, Kelsis Hadson. Deputy Director, Second Command, Barbro McGinty. Department of Magic, Hadromus. Department of Justice. Department of Intelligence, Rappa. Research Development, Gerard, my man Gerard. Prison Company, Ragnar. Armed Forces, Jiwa. Task Force 88, Sidri. Storm and Guard, Garrick. Demon Hunter Division. Not applicable right now, because Demon Hunters just became a thing. So, other stuff to share, dude. I have so much shit, dude. Again, Rihanna was the champ, the GOAT. She always made stuff for the guild. The Conjurer's Court. Knowledge is power. Guard it well. And there's Kelsis doing his Uncle Sam impression. Like, yo, join the fucking guild, bro. Join the guild. This is him. Our boy, our OG, Kelsis Hadson. You gotta join the guild. Join the guild right now, bro. And, oh my god. We had so many guilds there. Okay? So many guilds. We had Tears of Draenor. I'm gonna listen off my head. Let's see. Tears of Draenor. Our biggest frenemy ally, like our besties, the Templars of the Rose. We had a rival guild. It was the Phantom Legion. The Phantom Legion was a rival guild. We had Ekelon's Militia. We had Norfold Gang, House Nightstone, which is like, friends, all role-playing guilds. There was a Demon Hunter guild as well. It was like, I forgot what guild it was called. But what connected all of us was the community, dude. The community on Earthring was sick. I don't know how to tell it. It was basically, we all gathered on a channel, a role-playing channel called For the Alliance. And of course, if you're in Horde side, which, Hordes, they had For the Horde. And we just talked every day. It was basically a global role-playing channel where we gossip, where we scheduled role-playing. Because, back then we didn't have Discord. Back then we didn't have Reddit. But the coolest thing, though, is that we had a GoFundMe. We had a GoFundMe. And this GoFundMe was like, it took them years to make, okay? Years for them to make. And Jaro basically made a GoFundMe page. And a Kickstarter page, okay? It was a Kickstarter page. And it was sick, dude. Like the community in Earthring was fucking amazing. Like, look at this shit. This was back in 2009, and people were like, hey, we're gonna make a role-playing network. So redesign a Warcraft social network. So the community made a role-playing network. So, story to my fellow Warcraft lovers, role players in the realm of Earthring. Last month, April 10th, marked my 5-year anniversary of playing World of Warcraft. Of the nearly 250 realms available, I've only ever played on one of them, Earthen Ring. In my time of role-playing storytelling on Earthen Ring, I've experienced firsthand and observed others often expressing frustration of being unable to find others to RP with, missing in-game events, or feeling like they'd never find others that were a good fit for their guild. This was the simple reality of the game for years. Every so often we would hear our fellow roleplayers mourning the state of stagnant roleplay. Individually, there was some truth to this, but from a more objective perspective, the issue was more circumstantial. There was no place in that community that could go that had the tools to solve these problems. 4 seasons have passed since I realized that both the Earthen Ring community had this great need, and also I had the skills and means to fill that time. At the time, I was nearly unemployed and doing freelance website design. After having inspiration to build the site, I let my subscription to the game run out and spent the next few weeks building what we now know as the Earthen Ring RP network. So he did it, man. This guy made his own social role-playing network. The RP network is hosted and built upon the Ning platform, which is putting on its end of its free service. Whether the network stays where it moves to a better, cheaper, and faster place home, it will involve spending money that I cannot afford on my own. The goal of this fundraiser is $2,500. I will do what I can to make your contributions worthwhile, not only with the awards outlined below, but continuously conjuring ways to enhance and complement your role-playing experience. So this guy did it, dude. He made a an amazing website. To this day that I'm like shook. And integrated server wiki, Q&A. Where do I get out of this? And looking back at this, it just makes me like go like, wow, you know, like $2,500, and people, they came together, dude. They spent 42 backers, so 42 people paid $3,000, $3,100 to make this happen. And unfortunately, the website's gone. The website, you know, it's no longer a thing anymore. But you know me, your boy Kenny Boulder. I found some wiki, website stuff, and to this day, you go into the internet web machine, and you can find some old content from there. So, taking a second. There it is. This is it, man. 2009. The Earthen Ring role-playing made network simple, and we use this every day. It was like Facebook for like WoW, and for me, like this kind of is like insane to see this now. But yeah, people went on this website every day, and I got lots of screens, dude. So people went all the time, just playing WoW, role-playing, gathering folks, getting community together, and there was Earthen Ring Network. Visit the Earthen Ring RP Network. 1900 captures from 2009 to 2011, and people post stuff all day, every day. So thanks for the subscription, Big Deuce. That's funny. I'm gonna keep that in there. So yeah, this was life, dude. With the Guild Master of Advertiser Guild, the Town Herald in-game notices, RP forum, storyline archives, Warcraft discussions, RP discussions, feedback and support, and we used it every day. So every day we came in, we posted, and it's wild to me to see this, like our role-playing guilds hanging out. And this is years ago, 2012. This is a decade ago of like stuff. And for me, it's just like, man, like, wow. This exists in this little area. And, like, this is what I did every day on WoW. Role-playing on Earthen Ring. So, it's just, I think it's beautiful in a way. This captures how impactful this game was, how often we did things, and we really cared about this. Like the community cared about this. There's hundreds of posts, hundreds of people talking, discussions every day, discussions every week, and I just think it's magical that this was a thing from 2005 to 2013. And yeah, home, events, journals, forums, guilds, members, gallery, chat. It literally was like Facebook for WoW, and I just, to this day, I can't really believe it. I can't believe that this was a thing we had, and everyone used it. I used it every day, and me seeing all this here going back is like, fuck, dude. Like, I was like 12, 14 years old. Now I'm like in my 30s, and I'm like, wow, just wow. Get it, wow, and it's beautiful. Like, I wish you just had to experience it. You know, you had to go back and take those moments. Like, you know, my friends, my WoW guild, and people just did this stuff all the time. Like, you know, Elevarl still exists. She made all this DeviantArt stuff here. This is Wrath, the former War Master of the Conjurer's Court. He's always been a character straddled between good and evil, lightness and darkness. I want to capture that essence because through all his darkened days, he always remained loyal to the court and to Archmage Kelsus Hansen, the leader of the Conjurer's Court. The armor and weapons are models in game that I tweaked to the commissioner's likings and wants, and I threw some artistic liberties. Sometimes the armor in WoW is wonky when trying to translate into realistic terms. And yeah, 2011. So this guy was one of my officers, Noctius, man, War Master of the Conjurer's Court, you know? Death Knight, bro. And we had a park, end of the park, so to speak. So this is the park's end, so to speak. And, you know, when the park was destroyed by Deathwing, it was shooting the face right against Kelsos. There I am, Kelsos. And there's the WoW, all the people here. And this is in wonderful 360p. Ring Park Destruction Party, 2010. Well, 4.03 hits tomorrow. All the role players, well, most of them anyway, on our server decide to have a farewell party for the park, which is getting reduced to rubble once again, ocean once Deathwing gets there. Good memories and bad memories, they've all been there. See ya, park. And, yeah. All of us hanging out here. And I don't know where I am, but I can see guild tablets with the Conjurer's Court. And, yeah. There's Enthor right there. And, yeah, man. Conjurer's Court. All the people at the park here. There's Sirathol. Enthor's right there. And there's people just running around. I remember all these characters, man. Jesus. And it's just beautiful because the community got together like this all the time. And 2010, you know, this was 14, 15 years ago, man. It's wild, you know? Everyone gathering together, shaking together, having a good time. Everyone waving, taking screenshots, capturing the moment. So, this guy's, you know, his Baron Mal, you know, like, Jesus, it's beautiful. Dancing, having a good time. So, this was Ring, guys. Ring. That's what it looked like. All of us getting together role-playing. It's beautiful, you know? And there's another one right here. This is a Destruction Party. Again, Katie. All the role players gathered together. I missed the park now. 14 years ago, 13 years ago. So, this is all of us together hanging out. This is the Blue Recluse. So, you can see my character right there. This is, you know, Kenny right there. And my tabard, my gear. And there's Kenny K. Wow. Ba weep nangramini wab. It's a universal greeting. That's why I said right there. Earthquake. Yeah. We're hanging out the Blue Recluse. Just having a good time. It's so funny, dude. I don't know what to say. It's just kind of wild to me that this was a thing back in the day. Yeah. Shoot. So, I don't know what to say, you know, like, I played WoW every day. And for me, in 2018, I was tired. I just finished college. I was working in AmeriCorps, doing public service, working at schools. By then, it was like almost like 12 years of WoW, and I was just feeling burnt out. So, Battle over Azeroth was going on, and I was already like gradually moving back from my WoW time. And I was just getting more withdrawn, just not playing WoW anymore. Life hits you. So I end up passing my guild to Barbro, my second in command, and she leads the guild to this day. And I'm gonna make a guild video just about the guild, because I think I can't capture that, because right now there's just so much happening. Like, I could spend another hour talking about the guild, but yeah, I thought my experience was done, and I wish her the best. And she made the guild, so it was called the Court of Lions for the 4th iteration of it. And yeah, it's still, this is the guild, the Court of Lions. Barbell's guild master there, and there's still hundreds of people in the guild, founded in 2009, and it's still on Earthen Ring, but the guild moved though. So the guild is on it's actually on it's on Moonguard now. So it's on Moonguard, and it exists to this day. So if you ever want to join the guild, check it out. It still exists. So Alliance, NA, Moonguard, the Court of Lions, established 15-year social role-playing guild, open recruitment, join us for events, giveaways, role-playing, casual PvP, chill guild repairs, etc. So Barbro, Dion, Gaelic, Coulson, those are the OGs. Founded by Kelsis 2009, the Court of Lions has been through many name changes throughout the years, beginning as the Conjurer's Court, the Lions Protectorate, and most recently the Royal Lions Brigade, originally on Earthen Ring. We transferred realms from Earthen Ring to Moonguard in 2021. So our missions never change, and it's beautiful. So I feel like being part of history, being part of this guild is incredible, and I'm glad it's still going. And you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see that this guild still exists. That these people that I talk to and I have appreciated exist this day. So I have a lot of stuff to go over still. This is not even, I'm almost done with the video, but like, I don't know, there's tons of screenshots I have. Like, I just want to go through them with you and just go down memory lane now. This is my WoW story. Might as well use all my WoW time, you know what I mean? So I just think that all the memories, dude. So this is it right here. All the memories of WoW. I have this massive folder. It has over hundreds of emails, hundreds of things, because I collect things all the time. And I have people's messages. Some of my guildies. Ravian was my officers back in the day. He has old stuff as well. You received from Kelsis Hadson. Alright, here's what I'm planning to think about the past months. I just slowly enter the month of November. The Conjurer's Court finally conducts a global scale operation, the Defiance campaign. The campaign is going to be pinning and spanning a course of 3 to 3 months, potentially 2 months, of making decisive blows against magical enemies of the Alliance. I plan to reincorporate the Scourge Remnants for this RP and begin a few things. Starting with the Scourge Remnants. This is merely a rough draft. You can always find more events, etc. And I just go on and on, dude. This is crazy. So I just think that these emails capture like everything about this experience. Hello, Raven Fox. You received an email or message from Kelsis Hadson. Just to note, there's already Platinum as the hidden hand going in this moment, but this is a smaller scale and can easily coincide with this campaign. Also, Phaesia's going to talk to Varus over cooperating and working with the Twilight Hammer, part of the guild. And then, yeah, I made so much posts, dude. He's like, yeah, here's all my posts I got from you back in the day, and I'm like, dude, holy moly, the Defiance campaign. Citizens, soldiers, heroes of the Grand Alliance. We face no greater threat of destruction and doom than today. We must bed reminded that we will face this uncertain future. We continue to face the struggling ideologies of internal disputes of the Alliance, and we continue to be forced and handled by external affairs from afar. Our enemies ever grow nearer and nearer towards us, and we cannot ignore this any longer. Thousands of lives are now endangered by this ever-growing destructive war and spreading conflict. The great armies of the Grand Alliance must continue to all fronts of Azeroth and Draenor. We shall not forget what the Horde has done in our aggressive and ideals of honor, The Horde started this war when the vile forces of the Forsaken destroyed South Shore with plague weapons that we considered outlawed and banned by the Horde Alliance, then forcing thousands of innocents in what we call death camps, where these poor souls were tortured and subjected to extermination. The Horde has continued in its path of destruction and death when they obliterate the peaceful and neutral settlement of Thaldalar Grove, a place where generations of young druids learn and master their skills. By using the destructive weapons of the goblins, the Horde has scarred the land and continue to move into Ashenville for the ancient and sacred lands of the Night Elves. The Banshee Queen Sylvanas has committed one of the greatest crimes and atrocities in recent memory, when she openly invited the former Scourge Valkyrie to rebuild and raise an army of the undead. An army that only serves the Horde, made up of many of our former friends in Lordaeron, Amberhill, a neutral enclave that currently was destroyed and brought to thralls of the Banshee Queen. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a long fucking post I made. You can tell though, I love this game. I love this community. I loved playing and role-playing and gathering everyone and making these grand, big events, and it shows how much time I put on this. So I can say without a doubt I put more than 300 days of real lifetime in my 10 plus years of WoW. I played WoW every day. More time making stuff on Google Docs and stuff, so. Alright, hello Raven, you've received a new email from Kelsis. A new edit is being made. And then we have stuff from Enthor, one of my other officers as well. So Enthor wrote some stuff for me back in the day. Kenny! Here's what I remember from our PvP events I put together when I was an officer in the Conjurer's Court. Leading to the destruction of Theramore per to the Mistipandera expansion role, I think it was the Tears of Draenor held a Horde exclusive event where they attacked the Alliance stronghold of Northwatch Keep in southern Barrens and posted their details of their event on the Ning. After reading their event, I thought it'd be interesting for the Alliance to retaliate for this aggression. However, rather than being an Alliance exclusive event, I worked with some of the context I had with the Tears of Draenor to make it into PvP event, the Assault and Desolation Hold. With the help of Thane and Rihanna, we got together working on the event. Enthor spent his time petitioning other leaders of the Alliance guilds to lend their aid in the attack. Some took less convincing than others, specifically the Phantom Legion, whom the court was in constant conflict with. Additionally, we were unable to secure the aid from the Templars of the Rose due to their neutrality, but they did allow us to use Theramore as a staging ground. After getting all the guilds together, I asked for role players from them to volunteer for scouting role-playing missions to assist with planning the attack. On Horde side, I allowed plans of attack to leak so that the Horde role players would have an NC reason to participate. The day of the attack, we gathered in Theramore Isle and went over the plan. A vanguard would hit the Horde hold hard from the front, drawing attention away from the second detachment of Alliance soldiers, consisting of range fighters with melee to defend them, who exploited a rear entrance found by scouts week ahead of time. The second detachment took the roof of the hold and rained death and destruction into the Horde. An undisputed Alliance victory. Much RP was had from the aftermath of the battle. The primary RP I remember happening was due to the fall of the Legion soldiers collecting trophies after the battle. And yeah, he sent me some stuff here with some we always made these stories here, we always made these stories for the Alliance, for Lordaeron, for Azeroth. General Bren exclaimed, the sword pointed at the sky. He looked amongst the crowd gathered in the second tier of the harbor for some look of the determination in someone's face. Well, all he saw was a cold, grim fear as the blue sky turned dark and gray. For Lordaeron, for the Alliance. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. The amount of stuff we did in this guild, in this community, it just never ceases to amaze me, And I have all these pictures, dude. I have all these pictures. Oh my god. Midnight release. Oh my god. This was 10 years ago, bro. again, I'm just in disbelief. I have these pictures. And I watched the Warcraft movie as well. WoW. I went to the Warcraft. I paid money to go watch the Warcraft movie. I can't believe that, dude. 2016, June 9th, 11 p.m. I went to the release date. Wow. There's so much cringe. Oh my god, there's so much cringe. I have hundreds of screenshots. And let's do it. Let's do it. Let's look at the screenies. There's female Kenny K. There's Conjurer's Court gang. Another Conjurer's Court gang here. There's a giant Draenei woman at the park. Because that's just normal. You know, sometimes you see giant Draenei women. You see some chats. Oh yeah! You know, some people just like... Grimlock pulls out his dagger and plunges into the Princess Chef's heart. Covers the man's face so no scream could be let out. After he felt that the man was dead, he pulled his dagger out, wiped it clean, and pulled a pendant from under the man's shirt. So, yeah. A lot of damn red dead sheep for some reason. There you go. Pirates of the Booty Bay, Regiment 42. Again, Headless Horseman's mount drop for me back in the day, and I got it. I still have it to this day. So, Kenny K the Hollowed. And yeah. I'm gonna one-man staffer on OMG. The Foot Clan. So we decided to make an evil role-playing guild called the Foot Clan. It's basically like a bunch of evil villains running around pretending that they're Shredder characters, and for whatever reason we just... I don't know why we did this, but anyway, I had my main character who looked like Shredder. So Kenny K the Undying. Good times. Again, Foot Clan characters just harassing random people. I don't know why we kept doing this. It was like a gimmick. At one point, the Conjurer's Court and like the Stormwind Guard merged guilds together, and we became like one guild. That was a fun time. So we basically have a bunch of guards here wearing like red tabards, and I'm like, we should change the guild just a little bit more. So we did that eventually. We had our again Hallows End party here in front of Shadow Keep, Fang Keep. Wearing my hat. Oh, you know. I had a lot of wedding pictures, apparently. So my character went to a lot of weddings. So there's Clergy of the Holy Light, little role-playing guild right there. Everyone's hanging out here at this wedding. We're hanging out at the wedding. WoW weddings were very common. I don't know what this is. Probably one of my ults. Kelsis wearing his hats. Oh yeah, this is iconic. So I officiated a wedding back in Cataclysm. And I'm going to read you the transcript right here. Sir Frederick Hammond highest fingers the shaft of an arrow in his quiver, head slightly turned to glare at Cinder. Archmage Kelsis Hadson. Now come forth those whom gathered here. May fortune smile upon you as you taken forth your vows, so you may live together in this life, and that the world may come with you. Now come, live the days of everlasting love and compassion. May they be blessed. May you may now kiss the bridge. You give the order, open fire. Lamau, ... kiss the bridge. Kiss the bridge. Why am I like this, dude? Why did I officiate a wedding? And why didn't I proofread the fucking script? Why did I say kiss the bridge? Why did I / open fire? Like, that's so cringe. And I feel like I die a little bit inside knowing that I did that in my WoW days. Again, Kelsis, cool guy. I gotta do my 100 rolls here. I rolled a 100 in a guild raid once. Kelsis again. Kelsis again. Divine shields over Kenny Gerard's mouth. They wouldn't be able to talk. Damn straight. Dude, we're just fucking around constantly, dude. Look at us running around in our raiding days. I don't know why we were like this, bro. We were just so cooked in the head. Safarian, Pumpkin, role-playing. Oh, I call this a Mary Sue. I don't know why. Jesus. Just tons of stuff, you know? The court ball. Everyone hanging out. Kelsis the patient. Dwarven fell. I guess people are just mad. 2 headless horseman mounts. I don't know what glitch this was. I just was obsessed with it, I guess. I love this glitch. Volax fell. This happened back in the day. Just hanging out. Guild meetings, guild monster meetings. Yeah, just all the things, man. And then all of our friends serving Lich King, missions, doing things constantly. Like, I have so many pictures, dude. I literally have thousands of pictures, which I think is insane. Like, I just took random stuff like this. I don't know why I took stuff like this. I thought it was cool, I guess. My flaming sword. Oh yeah, our guild calendar, 2012 guild calendar. Enthor's birthday, garrison meeting, Dragon Soul, Lich King slaying, raid night, Conjurer's Court ball, story night. Like, look at this. Look at this. Guild donation. Thanks for donating. Kira 500 Gs, Kelsos 400 Gs, Magthor 1200 Gs. Atleen gave 1,000. July 18th, 2012. We just had all these emails. Oh, story night. Story night at Red Ridge is iconic. I fucking love story night at Red Ridge. These were the moments that, like, gave me life. Brahmi, Calathos, Templars of the Rose characters. We had a lot of people just hanging out here. So, a lot of folks hanging out, talking, giving stories. I always give history lessons for a reason, because I'm a fucking nerd. Reynold Stormwind. Like, yeah. Atleen again. Boomy over there. Balrus. So, I am out the Calpo, I say. That's crazy talk. And we had a lot of servers. So, a lot of servers. And, of course, guild repairs. This was a thing. Kept track of that for some reason, because I'm insane. Here's us in Naxxramas. Hang out here. More guild stuff. More guild stuff. We just hanged out. We did stuff every fucking day, bro. Every fucking day we did stuff in this guild. So I have to do a more in-depth video because I just have so much stuff, you know? So many people, so many moments, so many memories. And it's beautiful, you know? So lots of cringe though, just saying. So this is the second radiation Alliance Protectorate. Conjurer's Court and Stormwind Guard merged and became the Alliance Protectorate because we protected the Alliance. And yeah. Just had all of our friends hanging out. Dalaran. Hanging out here, getting ready for a boss fight. So, lots of drama. A lot of screenshots of drama. I literally just has one that says drama. So, lots of wedding pictures, lots of fun stuff here. So, you love to see it. Love to see WoW these days, baby. Just, yeah, endless screenshots, dude. Endless screenshots. And message. Launch day. 1 year later, the new network will be live. The beta test has been loving it. I'm sure you will too. $2011. I literally got all these emails. Look at that. 2013. Going down. I just posted every day. Every day I posted on the Ning. And, you know, this is some of the content I had, dude. Like, arrest warrants for the choir cult. You replied. The shady arrests in. Archmage Kelso Assassin. This letter will be brief. I do not well in common. So I'm having a Mary dictate for me regarding members of the choir. There are one or more not on your list. So, again, I roleplayed so much, dude. I roleplayed every fucking day. The Magistrate question. OOC RP discussion. Basically, a magistrate earns their power by accepting as a magistrate in the community. If role players do not accept you as a magistrate, you have no power. You do not force them to do something you cannot fulfill. They don't acknowledge your position. Dude, there's so much fucking drama, so much fucking tea, dude. I just have so much posts, like, again, hundreds of emails. Hundreds of emails, dude. Hundreds of emails from all my guildies, dude. I received a message from Enthor. Your last paragraph, the last paragraph is what bothers me, disturbs me the most. Now I need to stress to you guys that we aren't doing anything to condone any ill behavior towards the Phantom Legion, and that we're doing to move on and continue our business. Not because we're doing this, but because we're trying to be our best to stay civil with these people. These people who stress not causing OOC drama, we are in turn causing a great deal. And it's frustrating and disturbing. We cannot change how people feel. I feel these people will be outright, so we have to change Swinging in Shadows. Kenny have Super stuff for 5 years or more. I'll continue to stay with doing so without faltering. Dude. And I got screenshots too, man. I got screenshots of the guild. Again, I have hundreds of pictures, hundreds of things of this stuff. I wrote stuff all the time. Dude. These are stories I wrote. I had a ship. Yeah, that's right. I had a ship. The flagship of the Royal Alliance Brigade was called the Interceptor. A second war Kultur's destroyer that was towed by the Stormwind Guard. And most of the stuff is gone. I don't know. It got lost in the sauce. But old stuff, you know, gold donations, Lion Conclave, and the screenshots. If I cry, don't judge me, dude. These are all screenshots of my guild. The Conjurer's Court. Talthin, Darinus, Gerard, Cole, Morrison, Praxis, Jadara, Staturis, Alexandria. Again, these are all screenies, man. Talthane, Cindervane, Darinus, Gerard. Yeah, we have all these screenshots, dude. Just tons of screenshots of our garrison meetings. Every garrison meeting we had garrison meetings. Okay, so garrison meeting was every Thursday. We would meet up at Westbrook Garrison. Westbrook Garrison would be where the guild would meet, and we would gather there every night to have like a 1 hour meeting at 8 p.m. And everyone would show up, and yeah, like. We had all these memories of our role-playing crew. Ravian right there. Guardian, Recruit, Guardian. These are the guild ranks. Back when Cataclysm came out. We just were hanging out. Thane, Archimedes, Divana, Cobra. We were doing a wall of remembrance. Hanging out here. You know, Kelid right here. Rose, Archimedes. The wall of remembrance for all the people who died in the First War. And yeah, I mean, I gotta make a guild video about this. The Conjurer's Court truly was the best guild of all time. We had events. We had over hundreds of role players. We had everyone together, and we did raids together like this all the time. Look at this, the Conjurer's Court, Stormwind Keep. Fuck, dude. I just can't believe we had this many amount of people gathered every night role-playing. Theodore, Talthin, Nathias, Cindervane, Praxis over there again. And we had events everywhere. The Cathedral, Elia, Twigget. Yeah, the guild, man. This was us. We had a thing, I hosted a thing called Harbor Market. Harbor Market would be in front of the harbor. Everyone would gather. It would be a role-playing event, hanging out, buying items, talking to each other. And we would always have our booth. I would sell books. That was my gimmick. I'd sell books and lore. I had this add-on. It was like my roleplay or something like that. And I could create in-game items. I would literally copy and paste items together, and I literally had a library. I had over like 300 like WoW in-game books I would just sell, and they would be roleplay items too. You know, a book from Kelsey Hadson to Inscribed, Sigmar. We just hang out, role-playing everywhere in Earthen Ring. And yeah, there's my booth here with all our cats. All these cats here. I'd sell books on my little broom, my hat. I think this was probably like Halloween night. I think I was role-playing as like a warlock or something. Because because I think these brooms can only exist in Halloween. Hollow's End. Fuck, dude. There's our guild officer meeting right here. Rhiannon, Aphasia, Enthor, Radagast, Talfane. We did a lot of stuff with this guild, man. And again, I gotta make a video just about the guild now. All of us here every night, every week we met. We talked, role played. Wow. People care about this guild, you know? We had like a massive parade. Look at that. All of us there from the Blue Recluse. Dalaran events all the time. Ras, Halonen, Deidre, Talthane. Dude, Wrath of the Lich King, man. This was 10 years ago. Yeah, look how massive our guild was, dude. We had 30 people hanging out here. Half of them were officers, too. Jesus. It's just insane. We had all these people here gathered. And again, I have hundreds of pictures, dude. Hundreds of pictures. And I just want to talk about, yeah, we had a ball. It was always, every year, around May, we had a, it was like a fancy ball for our anniversary for the guild, and it would be like a massive guild, like, server event, you know? Everyone would come, because who wouldn't come to like an in-game ball? Everyone would want to dance and hang out, and this is one of the pictures here. And a lot of these people, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of these people were officers, all guildies, constantly hanging out with us. So I just thought it was like amazing, and we would always do like, it felt like publicity events, you know what I mean? We would get people together, we would promote people together, have a good time, and like, you know, you can tell I love this guild. I love this community. I love all these people here. I have so many pictures, and I've just kept them like in like a box. And this was the Conjurer's Court. This was the guild that I ran for 10 years of my life, from when I was 14, 13 years old till I was almost in my like mid-20s. So 10 years of WoW. And I'm proud of it. You know, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this community. I'm proud of what we built. You know, and I'm gonna make a next video is gonna be about the Conjurer's Court, the best role-playing guild of all time. So there's another one right here. All of us at the ball, the Conjurer's Court ball, Illuminati, Wolf War Negotiations, the Fighters Guild, Knights of the Ibn Blade, House Nightstone. Like, everyone came out to these events. Council of the Eye. So, yeah. Wow. Just all of us here, hanging out. Yeah. This was the guild, man. This is beautiful. I think time will tell, you know? For me, you know, end of the day, a lot of the servers went on sale in the auction house as well. And that's when I kind of knew things were changing. So I remember I saw this live. I saved these screenshots too, these links. The time has come for you to own a piece of Blizzard Entertainment history. We're selling the server blades, and there it is, Earthen Ring. You can buy Earthen Ring blade on, you know, on WoW. And yeah, guys, I know this has been a long video. This has been one of the longest videos I've made. My World of Warcraft journey. So I wasn't gone from WoW that long. It only took me 2 years of not playing WoW to get playing WoW again. I started playing WoW when WoW Classic came out in 2020 during the pandemic. I was playing with a friend. We were on just gaming every day. I was a paladin named Kelsis. And then I started playing WoW again. Consistently for the past few years now. I played Classic Wild Wrath of the Lich King. I actually got a I got Shadowmourne last year with my character with Hellbrant. So Hellbrant was my paladin, and we had a video. I post my videos all the time now. This was 11 months ago, May 7th, 2024. I was playing WoW, getting it, and here's my Hellbrant, you know. Hellbrant got Shadowmourne. So this is like another achievement I had. Big PvP. Played with those guys for a couple of years. Love that guild, man. Love that guild. And so when WoW Classic was announced, I immediately jumped on the bandwagon. I had a paladin, and I played him for a while with a friend. I eventually switched servers to Grobulus, and from Grobulus, I had a lot of fun there. I joined one of the most fun guilds out there. It's called Big PvP. Big PvP was a bunch of clowns running around having a good time for the Alliance, and they always got into fights with a guild called Frostwolf Clan, and Big PvP always got into conflicts, and you know, some of these screenshots capture the insanity with it. I basically played just tons of WoW during that time. So there's Hellbrant, my paladin, running around doing his thing, and I used to capture pictures of, you know, like Worgen in the middle of the day in Grizzly Hills for WoW Classic Wrath. And yeah, just always just PvPing with the gang. So getting points, honor, and getting the 4 Alliance achievement was pretty fun with the guild. And, you know, just all the fun stuff, you know. So seeing someone roll 100 once, screenshots, asking, you know, people had this weak aura, just says bruh, and people just were fucking around constantly. So we were just messing around constantly, going around, fighting people. Someone brought a boss, world boss one day, it just was like a nightmare. And we had 4 Alliance runs with all the big PvP peeps here, so we always had raid nights where we basically just attacked and took over Orgrimmar. You know, the whole squad together, big PvP all lined up here. And just constantly doing crazy shit. So, getting my bank all 2024. So, and it felt good. I mean, I like playing these games because it's nostalgic as hell. And, you know, it definitely felt like back from 2009, back in the day. So, you know, just having a good time. So, and of course, me leading raids here, doing rolls, 100 roll, 100 roll. So, people just having a good time. I became a raid leader, an officer, so people just, you know, always Wintergrass. I spent so many hours Wintergrass. Mammoth Drop. I don't know why I take all these pictures. Yeah, the whole squad for big PvP. You know, because this is before flying mounts. You get on the Zeppelin, you gotta go invade. So, yeah, there's my boy, Hellbrant. That's right, Coda Bear. Hellbrant fighting off all the bad guys. The one-man army right here, hanging out here in the front. So, very proud of myself now, games I played. And we started doing raiding, so I was a raid leader for one of the raids here. There's this killing Onyxia, all the dead dudes here. All the melee, just fucking dead. And again, we were a PvP guild, we were now a raiding guild, so the fact that we had captured this moment, just all of the melee dead, is just iconic. Yes, I know. We did a lot of, you know, PvP events, role-playing events with all of the Horde guilds here. It was a good time. So there's Hellbrant. We did like a tournament underneath Karazhan. And big PvP. So, constantly. And I did, again, getting shards for my Frostmourne. So, just constantly getting shards. Picking up shards left and right. I started with 3 shards once. Hold up! Sorry, dog is acting up. I'm gonna keep that in the video. So, yeah. Having a good time. The rocket drop once. Lost my mind. Lost it multiple times, because fuck me. Yeah. Wintergrass. And look, I won the head of Onyxia. And I was dead. I died. So there's my body right there. So, Then I started leading raids. Eventually got Shadow's Edge. Shadow's Edge was sick. More raid stuff here with the whole squad, all of us flying out. And then, yeah, today we play War of the Horn. We will not stop until they are nothing but a distant memory. A cautionary tale for those who would dare to prevent the peace and prosperity of Azeroth. All of us hanging out in Orgrimmar with our big blue mare mounts for the Alliance. Yeah. And then, yeah, fireworks show. So, officer events. Very beautiful stuff, you know? And yeah, there it is. Reigns of the Black Grand Worm Mammoth. So, and then of course this was like, I think this was, what was this? It was just like a gnome raid. And there's Victor, the Hand of Lordaeron, big boss. So there's like 100 of us here. Level 1 gnome mages shooting at Victor, the scariest mage of all, or rogue of all time. And yeah, mage, make mage, all green haired. I think this was St. Patrick's Day. So St. Patrick's Day, all mages, big PvP. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Mage, shooting, shooting the heroic dummy. Hundreds of fireballs. All of us gathered here in front of the king, good old king. And just taking over, crashing the server. Mage. It's so good, man. This was only a couple of years ago. Not even that long ago. Yeah, Saint Gnome. That's me, Saint Gnome. Saint Gnome. For the gnomes. Mage. And yeah, this is when I got when we killed Lich King to get Shadowmoor. So, where's my Shadowmoor picture? Some more guild stuff. Again, hundreds of us, dude. Hundreds of us. One of the biggest role-playing PvP guilds on the server. At least 900 people. Wintergrass veteran. I did 100 Wintergrass. 100 Wintergrass. That's how much PvP I did. So, Operation Nomergon. Leveled up Kelsis and Hellbrant. Got the Immortal title. Within one raid lockout, defeat every boss without dying. That was in 2024. Again, there's Hellbrant and his RP army. I was a Stormwind Guard. And yeah, just hanging out with Joe the Worgen over here. And there it is. Benefactor's gloves. I stole a bunch of money. Holy shit. Yeah. Wielder Shadowmoor. Oh, that's me. Hellbrant. Shadow's Edge, or Shadowmoor. So, I love it. I mean, I still play hardcore WoW right now. I'm in Famesley. And leveling up my mage. Just did Ragnaros again. And just want to keep playing WoW. Obviously, you're watching me watch, yeah. Okay, so yeah, no, I started playing a lot of WoW Classic. And here's the video. Again, Shadowmoor and Hellbrant Fishing Legendary Weapon Shard Quest. May 7, 2024. After nearly 3 months of leading and begging for shards at ICC 25, we finally done it. I've been playing WoW since 2005. Finally got a legendary Shadowmoor weapon. So, there's my boy, Hellbrant, getting Shadowmoor. So, it was magical, dude. And this was last year. So, there it is. Shadowmoor getting this bad boy. It's magical. '24. Getting Shadowmoor in 2024. So I love WoW. I've been a WoW fanboy my entire life. Still play WoW to this day. Been playing hardcore WoW for a while now. I actually got back into raiding. We did raid with Ragnaros. And I don't roleplay anymore though. I haven't roleplayed since like 2008 or 2018. And it's kind of like I don't know. I asked that a lot why I stopped roleplaying, and I don't have that connection anymore. And I still do D&D. I still love roleplaying in general, but I just don't roleplay World of Warcraft anymore. And I did a little bit of roleplay last year because Big PvP was on a roleplaying Grobulus. Grobulus is a role-playing server. So I lied. I'm lying. I have roleplayed. I roleplayed a lot with some characters on Grobulus. as a Stormwind Guardman, and it was magical. We did a lot of raids, and it was role-playing at its core, PvP, RP. So I lie, I have role-played a little bit, and I really love WoW, and it brings me a lot of joy. This video has been hard to make because I have to go through a lot of old stuff, find books, find old things, but I don't regret making it because it's powerful. It shows me what kind of person I've grown up to be, because overall, you know, every night, playing every weekend, you know, you make lifelong friends. There's people I still talk to, and I'm really proud of the work and the amount of things I've done. So yeah, this is it. So this is my World of Warcraft journey so far. 2005 to 2025. 20 years of WoW. Probably 26, 27 years included Warcraft with all the other Warcraft stuff, and yeah, man, I'm old now. And I hope someday you watch this and we can react to it together, Kenny, and yeah, I'm gonna make a second video with the best role-playing guild of all time, and I say it, the Conjurer's Court was the greatest role-playing guild of all time, and that's gonna be my second video. So I'm gonna make that second video soon. Hopefully, the time, the motivation, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my WoW and my Warcraft, my love for Warcraft, and let me know how you feel about this. So in the comments, I appreciate you guys. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys, and take care.